and welcome to my welovecorp guide. Now this guide is going to cover two basic methods. There is intentional leeching and skilling, and two, that's just being a retard and acting like the rest of people on welovecorp who think that they're actually helping and gaining lots of LSP. So let's cover it. First of all, you're going to need lots of brews. Brews come in handy for brewing down way below your max stats. That way you hit all zeros, because the higher you hit on corp, the more likely you are to tank. So you don't want to hit at all, so make sure that you're brewed way below. Number two, what you want to do is set your quick prayers to protecting an item, because losing your glory would be devastating. Also, you're going to want to protect from mage, just in case. Never turmoil. It's a waste of prayer pots, and those are expensive. Okay. Also, the reason I have a broad arrowhead in my inventory is because if you would like, you can also skill while you're at welovecorp. The FC I will be demonstrating is welovecorp. I'm currently banned from this clan chat for crashing it, but that doesn't mean you guys can't use it. Alright. If you are going to fletch while you are using welovecorp, then what you want to do is stand under a large pile of people and then begin fletching, but we'll cover that later. Also, you'd like dark light, just in case they ask if you have a spec weapon. Dark light comes in handy, and a games necklace for teleporting. These combat mixes, they are perfect. They heal you 30 life points, I believe, and they boost your stats. So then if people stat spy you, you have an excuse. And they're really, really cheap. Let's take a look. Okay, 400. And the reason I prefer these over the normal combat potions is because the 30 life points you get is very, very helpful. It would be completely wasteful if you were to, drink overloads or something. I mean, they don't heal you, so it's a complete waste. I mean, that's like a waste of a food spot. Okay. Now, for gloves, you want a combat bracelet, because this is the minimum they will accept, except for a regen bracelet. Regen is also acceptable. I actually prefer it. I just have one of these in my bank. Also, you want a ring of light. This will protect you in case you disconnect or somehow get one banked. Rock climbing boots. These are the minimum they will accept. Dragon boots are like 100k, no one can afford that. So just buy yourself some of these. A strength cape. See, this is my favorite cape in the game because, well, I can't show it now because I'm potted, but it gives you a free strength bonus of 1. I mean, it's like a free potion. Helm of Knee is not. Pretty easy to get, and it's not too expensive. I mean, it's more expensive than the average person can afford, but if you can't get one, I suppose you could use a warrior helm or a berserker helm. I'm not sure if they require this helmet. And a glory, because furies are way out of our price range. And if you die, you don't want to be risking something like, your boots, something that you could lose and then, be out of quite a bit of cash. So let's get started. What you want to do is tell you to corp with your games necklace, and you're going to have to run east until you see the corp room. See, the reason you use a skill cape over a fire cape or an RD cloak is because these capes have the best defense ever, and they have no offense. See? That way you won't really hit at all. And they look stylish. I love that green and red. Now, as you can see here, we have a man demonstrating the Crasher outfit. If you see guys like this, dressed in bandos, a Vesta spear, just players who actually look like they're good, what you're going to want to do, well, you're going to already be in there, you're going to want to go in your CC, and you're going to want to spam that there is a crasher outside, and then they need to call anti-crash. This will defend your clan. Everyone knows that We Love Corp has a minimum of 60 players at a time, but this cannot hold off a 20-man crash team. So that's why you're going to want to call your anti-crash to bump it up to 80, something to give you a fighting chance. Okay, let's go. Now, if you can see here, there's lots and lots of people here. Not as many as there normally is. Okay. What you're going to want to do is find the largest pile of people. Let's take a look here. Okay, this one will do fine. And you're going to want to stand under them. Now here is where you will fletch. If you're using broad arrows, you're going to need headless arrows along with the broad arrowhead. You're just going to click back and forth, and it's going to make your character is going to have no animation, so you can do it sneakily. But here's the proper way to leech. You want to turn on auto retaliate. You want to brew. Oh, see, right now he's attacking the guy under me. And then you're going to want to attack. Make sure that you don't have turmoil on, because you don't want to accidentally hit a high number. 4 XP, that's our general range of where we want to hit. Now, if you're like one of these guys who think they're like this guy, who think they own, and you know, you want to take this a bit seriously, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to restore, obviously, and you're going to want a combat potion. This way, you won't get kicked for not being potted if someone stat spies you. Let's see, what else can we cover? Also, if you're ranging, like this guy, what you're going to want to do is use broad bolts, because they're cheaper. And as you can see here, you're going to want to take a small stack of ruby bolts, maybe 100, and every kill, your broad bolts will be here. You're going to want to run on the spot, take your broad bolts, and drop a couple ruby bolts. That way it looks like you're using rubies. And if somehow you mistakenly don't pick up your broads, and they start freaking out asking who is leeching and using broad bolts, you're going to trade whoever the accuser is and show them your stack of ruby bolts so that they know you're legit. Oh no, I actually hit. Bad. We better brew down. Okay. As you can see here, this is a pretty efficient way. I'm not hitting above a 250. As you can see, these other hits on here, well, that was a 1000. No one is hitting above well, I saw 355. That's one of these guys over here. They're probably anti-crashers. But there's no 400, so you want to make sure you're brewed down to hit below all these other players. If you observe these hits, no one hits good. So you want to make sure that you're pretty low stats. I pretty much covered everything. If you want to take a familiar, what you want to do is you want to take a void spinner, because they're the cheapest familiar and they actually heal you instead of wasting all that money on a bunyip, and let alone a unicorn. That's just a complete waste of money. No one has that kind of cash to throw around. So let's see, I believe I covered all my main points. Alright, I guess that's it. If you have any questions, just leave it in the comments and I will be glad to help you out. There's probably something I missed, so just go ahead and leave a comment and I will respond to it as soon as I can. Oh, one last thing. If you want to completely AFK, you stand under the largest number of people with auto retaliate on, and you just simply don't attack. If you don't want to hit it, it is your choice. You should not be forced to do something you don't want to do. And then you just claim your LSP, and hopefully you can snipe a sigil. And this guy should be ashamed of himself. He's using Virtus at the Corporal Beast. That's a complete waste of charge, and I don't know how that guy could have afforded it. He's at We Love Corp. Alright, That's expensive. I don't know how you can afford that. Well, any questions? Leave it in the comments, and I will be glad to help. Oh, also, shit, I almost forgot the most important part. If someone dies like this, what you want to do is you want to stand on their grave, and you want to bury their bones. Because, I mean, if you bury their bones, it's just the proper memorial, and I believe they deserve it. Actually, that's a lie. You don't want to bury their bones, because if you bury their bones, they get really, really mad, and they will call you a looter, and no one wants to be called a looter, and then you'll probably be kicked from the CC. Okay. So we're going to go out here, and as you observe, we have our crasher. And I believe they're actually calling anti-crash at the moment, because Reasoning was here crashing with me the other day when we did it. So I'm glad I could help.